Hello and welcome. I'm Susan Taylor Shire, and this is your Treasure Chest Tuesday, and we are celebrating your soul mastery, your capacity to master your life and be guided by your soul. So we are all doing that to amazing degrees right now. Hang in there. If I had an emoji or a GIF that I could bring out on the screen, because I'm high techy, I would do that. Hang in there. Okay, great. So we are in, let's see, I'm not going to call it an intense time because we say that every week for the last pretty much year or 2 or 6. It's a confusing time. It's a confusing time. And it's a time when it's harder to hold our light, because the feeling is now, what's the point of holding light? For some of you, the feeling is, what's the point of holding my light? It's like a lion's den out there. There's just so many people that we can hardly believe are not wanting to hold light. They're holding hate and anger and chaos and disruption. Now, because of the loud voices, it seems like they're in the majority, but they're not. If you're in the United States, remember, the majority of those holding light are not necessarily sitting in the United States of America, but the whole world supports this transformation in way bigger ways than we realize. So hold that vision and light that the world wants unity consciousness, born of love and the radiant expression of light. Now, there are many in the world that are hurting, and that hurting gives way to hate and anger and disruption. It's the only way some people know how to show their hurt. They're afraid. They're grieving. There's a sense that they're losing everything, and their old way of being is not here anymore, and it's fading. It's like holding on to the side of the pool, I often say, and the feeling is, yikes, it's going away. Or the feeling that you're on a river on a boat and it's all been fine and all of that, and the rapids have come. And now the feeling is, oh my God, I don't feel supported. I don't feel I have what I need. And so I'm going to get angry. I'm going to get hateful. I'm not talking about you personally, but so many in the world that make us go, why would anyone be so chaotic and hateful and judgmental and harsh right now? Because they're hurting, because they're fearful, because their survival is at risk. We know inside ourselves how often that when we feel like our survival is at risk, we get scared and we get angry and try to blame it on somebody outside of ourselves. So we understand these things. So have some sense of, oh, okay, it's all about people hurting. And I'm going to read a few things that I put in my email for those who don't get my email and just watch YouTube, okay? To help you unpack, that silly phrase, unpack your sense of understanding of why people hate and do anger and chaos and destruction and all of that, when they could choose light and love. It's so obvious to us, isn't it? Okay. So I do understand that it feels exhausting sometimes to want to be able to extend your light into the world where the world feels like it is just not there on your team. But remember, you don't need to have the whole world on your side or living up to your rules of how things should be in order for you to hold light, correct? Yeah, okay? You're going to hold it because you know it's yours right now to bring. Okay. People hate because that is what they were taught to do when they feel less than powerful. When they feel unloved and not enough. You hate, you blame. Hate is just resisting love, which is the true power source. Hate is just a resistance to love. It's that simple. We as humans hate when we think that love is not possible. It has never been shown to us, so we don't think it's possible. We hate because it's easier to hate than to love. It is. It's amazing. You can jump right into hate, but we have so much hurt around the idea of love that we're afraid if we love, we're going to get hurt. But if we hate, nobody seems to get hurt for being hateful, right? Historically. We hate because we are envious of those who are loved and valued, because we don't feel loved and valued. We hate because we believe chaos and drama is the path to feeling alive. So we're starting to understand where the people who hate are evoking this hate from inside themselves. We hate because we feel we can belong to the club of those who fight against everything. And that makes them feel we belong to something, which makes us feel safe and a little more powerful, conceptually. Hate comes from lost souls who are looking for love in all the wrong ways. So you are not in hate mode, but I want you to understand where it comes from and why we can do something about it without hating back, being in shock, being, oh my gosh, I don't understand how so many people could be this way. We can start to go, oh, okay, childhood wound, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this sense of powerlessness, oops, hold on, lost my paper. This sense of powerlessness, that's how confusing it is right now. I'm here, I'm gone, I'm back again. Oh, we have to laugh at ourselves right now. Seriously, we have to laugh at a lot of things. Seriously, doesn't that sound funny? Okay, great. So what are we going to do to change this pattern? Now, the key is we don't hold our light and hold our love for their sake. We do it because we are compelled to do it. And it is the most natural thing in the world to hold light no matter what. If we're doing something for their sake, I'm going to hold love so everyone will wake up to love, then who's in the power place? Them, right? They're in the power place, and our actions are geared towards them having what they need, and it never works. All right? So hold that love by bringing in that sense of love in your heart for the small things, maybe. Maybe it's just the small things, but hold that love in your heart. Hold that light. I am a radiant expression of light. Whatever you can do to hold that light within you, knowing that that is how you shift the game. Because when you hold light, it makes it a more palpable choice for others. So that when they decide that this hate and anger and fear and survival and not believing they can have love, when they're done with that and they start to let go and feel the grief for having bought into these old clubs that say hate will get you somewhere, you want to feel, we all want to feel that the light is so bright that it is an obvious choice for people. It's like, oh, that is a choice that I can buy into because it's vivid enough and people are happy enough. I see them on the other side happy, and I'm not going to hate them and be envious for them. I might want to say, hey, I like what they are having, right? So this is what we're bringing forward right now, is a sense that when you can hold love in the midst of your enemies, your adversaries, those people who it feels like are trying to keep love under the barrel, under the bushel, under the bush, and fighting against it. If you can hold love in that scene, then you know you're holding true love. If you're trying to hold love for someone else, then you're not holding love in the midst of all that's so tumultuous and confusing. The heart is not confused. Our sacred heart knows deep inside that love always wins and is winning right now. It always knows that. So when you hold that assurance within you, you can look at the world and understand its hurt, the way it's acting out, and you are offering another choice. That's the point. So, another piece that you can say is, it comes from a song, and I always am bringing songs, it seems, from my subconscious. This is from like 40 years ago or something like that, and some of you may remember it, because we're asking people to step into their higher love. That's what we're doing. We're bringing the higher love, not just little old love, I love you, I love you, I love you, the higher love. So in essence, your mantra is, and you're saying this to the parts of you that get scared, the parts of you that get confused, the parts of you that don't know how to contribute light in the midst of the chaos and confusion. Say to these parts and to all those in the world who are not necessarily holding the light that you are, which can be very confusing how they wouldn't choose that. Okay? So, you are love and you are holy. Precious angel, precious child. You are love and you are holy. Precious angel, precious child. Feel yourself saying that to all those parts. You are love and you are loved. And feel yourself saying that to the world that is resisting love. That's all. They're just resisting it. You can bring that in. You are the light of the world. Hold it steady. Bring it forward. And watch the transformation happen. This is how it rolls, very simply and easily. Blessings to you in this time that may seem very confusing, but at the heart of creation and in our hearts of higher love, we know it's clear. The path of love is clear, and the path of shining our light is absolutely brilliant. I am so with you in your brilliance, shining forth. You are the universe, ecstatically dancing. So be it.